Hey, it's that time again, San Diego. This is Laura Jane, your hostess of What's Happening San Diego, and I am super stoked. In fact, my butt cheeks are clenched in anticipation as we start another episode, but this time it's not an ordinary musician, it's a hilarious musician. Mr. Rob Deez is with me, and before we get him in here to talk about all of the stuff that he's doing, I want you to get a taste, that's right, scratch and sniff and taste Mr. Rob Deez as he performs his hilarious hit, Bartender. Take it away, Rob.
Hey, relax. This song is called, Okay, good, thank you. You're great.
Although I rock, I am no rock star. I'm just another dude with an acoustic guitar. I ain't trying to make it big and I ain't trying to go far. I'm just trying to impress the girl behind the bar. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. You're the cutest thing in the building, and it would seem I accidentally caught feelings. My eyes popped, jaw dropped, I hit the ceiling. What are you up to later this evening? I must be out of my mind, cause you are too damn fine. You're getting hit on all the time, but I'm about to cut to the front of the line. Cause see, I got a secret weapon to get you to step in my direction. A head full of rhymes and a mic, and this Asian dude to my right. Hi. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. Dr. Seuss's goose is cooked like one fish, two fish. You just hooked this dude, it's true, miss, you and me. And my bar tab make 3 tonight. I know you're working for tips. I can tell by the curves in your hips and the way your lips smile all night long while I'm in the background singing my songs. You hear me, I see you, and if that outfit is a sneak preview, I'm gonna give you a 5-star review. Now how's about a drink, cause I need to refuel. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list.
Go, Kenny, go, 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 Kenny, go.
May I say I like the way that you display my IPA, and all night long I'm cracking jokes while you keep bringing Jack and Cokes. And is it okay if I watch the way you gently pour my scotch? And now I want a vodka soda just to get a little closer, and I'll order some tequila if it means I get to see you, señorita. I am grateful, but I'll admit I'm not faithful. Lyrically, I'm a slut, I rhyme all around, and I'm in love with the girls at Harbor Town. It's true, but I get to move on quickly over to the waterfront in Little Italy every Wednesday. Can you blame me? I feel like Adrock singing, hey ladies.
Calm down, Rob Deez, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy about Sarah and Jamie. Some nights are pretty slow, so I go to the Tipsy Crow, cause there's no show that I would rather book, cause I kinda sorta got a crush on Brooke. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. Bartender, you're number one on my agenda. It's true, miss, let's do this. You just moved to the top of my to-do list. Just moved to the top of my to-do list, girl. Crazy for this one, Jeff. It's your boy.
Well, that wasn't as hilarious as I thought it would be. Rob, explain yourself.
Well, I am known for writing hilarious songs, but that song was written in the throes of passion. About, I play a lot of bar gigs, and when you are spending like 3 to 4 hours at a bar playing music and you have a bar tab and you're there like, a couple times a week and seeing the same pretty faces working on the other side of the bar, you can't help but kind of fall in love with the women who are serving you your beverages. And so eventually I wrote a song in honor of them, and I kind of specifically mentioned several of the places I play and several of the ladies that either work there or used to work there, because the song's a couple years old now.
And did they swoon when they heard them?
Oh, they swooned hard. They swooned real hard. And I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest. The song ends with the line, some nights are pretty slow, so I go to the Tipsy Crow, because there's no show that I'd rather book, and I kind of sort of got a crush on Brooke. Brooke has been working at the Tipsy Crow for as long as I can remember, and her boyfriend, Wes, well, he also works at the Tipsy Crow, but he didn't work there, or at least I didn't know of him working there back when I wrote the song, I'll tell you that much. That being said, Wes is an awesome dude, and he's also a musician in San Diego. So now, a lot of times when I play at Tipsy Crow and I do that song, I swap out some lyrics, and it's like, some nights are pretty slow, so I go to the Tipsy Crow, because the Tipsy Crow is the best, and I kind of sort of got a crush on Wes.
Switch that right up there. Give him some equal time.
Absolutely.
Take the heat off the girlfriend lust.
He's got long hair. I can blur my eyes and pretend.
Well, I love your sense of humor, and I love that you infuse humor with music and music with humor, and you have such a complicated personality.
I'd say.
You're not just a hilarious night bird playing at places with glamorous names like Tipsy Crow. No, you are also at places like Mercy Hospital performing wonderful
colonoscopies.
There you go.
It's either a ballad or a colonoscopy. Either way, I'm on stage doing my best. Yeah, a medical professional in the daytime, singer-songwriter in the evening. It's a nice yin and yang.
Absolutely. When do you sleep?
I don't sleep much. Late night bar gigs sometimes seamlessly blend with early morning colonoscopies. It's all a brown-eyed blur. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love your sense of humor. Thank you. And I love that you love beer.
I do.
What kind is your favorite? Are you a Pilsner
I'm an
man,
IPA person, and I kind of wish that wasn't the case, just because we live in San Diego and it's the thing to do. And I mean, I don't pride myself on not doing things that are cool or doing things that aren't cool, but I like IPAs. I can't help it. This wasn't always the case. Back in the day, I would drink whatever. Mickey's 40s. I have a song about 40s, and at some point, I think it was like 2010, 2011, when I started kind of regularly doing bar gigs, and I discovered, we get a bar tab. We get like a $50 band tab. Then I kind of honed my taste, and it kind of got narrowed down to Sculpin. I'll be honest, I love Sculpin. And I
love Sculpin
I'm reluctant to say
too.
that as someone who works at a brewery in San Diego. I know a lot of people are not happy with Ballast Point. Me, I don't care, because Sculpin tastes just as good now as it did before they got bought out by Big Brother. But yeah, I like IPAs. I work at Bay City Brewing super part-time, and we have some fantastic beers. I would put our Bay City Pale Ale a notch above Sculpin. We've got some Power Play IPA, the City Double. We have some fantastic beers. So I'm fortunate in that a few of the bars that I've played at have carried Bay City beers on tap. And so not only was I able to support Bay City by ordering those drinks, I was able to support my love for alcohol by getting the drinks that I love, tasty IPAs.
Yeah. Well, that's a good program. You got your free testers and got to hone your taste from that. That's magnificent. Now, is Bay City Brewery named after the Bay City Rollers? I'm hoping.
No.
Oh.
Bay City is an old school name for San Diego, believe it or not. Back in the day, that was, I think, in the Prohibition era, that was the name San Diego had, one of its nicknames. And we are located kind of smack dab between San Diego Bay and Mission Bay. So the name fits.
So you should wear it.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
I like it.
between gigs, I realized this today. I was looking at my calendar. Between gigs, shifts at the brewery, and the hospital day job, I don't have a day off until like 2 weeks or something. I don't even know. I don't have a day off for quite a while. I'm hustling.
You gotta hustle.
Yeah.
It's self-employment, man.
Absolutely.
So I must ask, because your name is Rob Deez, are you related to Los Angeles' own Rick Deez?
Uncle Rick? No. No relation. No, so, I mean, when I first started kind of getting into music, I mean, I got a guitar back in like junior high, and I didn't do much with it, but at some point I kind of took an interest in poetry and lyrics and rhyming and rap. And at some point, late high school, friends and I, we would be rapping in my garage. And as a rapper, you have to have a rapper name. You can't just be Gary Robert Lyons, the rapper. You have to have a proper rapper name. And so while my real name is Gary, my dad is also Gary. So my parents called me Robbie my whole life. So Robbie became Rob. And at some point in high school, someone called me Rob Deez as a nickname. I think it was my buddy Lewis. And out of all the different rapper names I like considered over the years, Rob Deez is just the one that stuck, and that's what it is now. It's Rob Deez. And it's weird, like, depending on what someone calls me, I know how they know me. If someone calls me Robbie, they know me. If they call me Rob Deez, they know of my music. If they call me Gary, they want money. Is Gary there? No, this is Rob Deez. I'm afraid he's
I don't know who Gary is. Well, your humor is very infectious, and you've got a very warm personality, and even the entities that are beyond the human realm interest you. And
what are you getting at?
I'm getting at your next hit song.
So, this song, I don't want to give anything away beforehand.
All right.
Because
let's just play it cold.
Okay.
All right, people. This second song from Rob Deez is called She.
She's always there for me. Took so long to see that we were meant to be. Fact, she's my better half. She's always got my back. Knows how to make me laugh. Love, we are so deep in, don't know where to begin. Some say that it's a sin. Fucked, that's what they can get, 'cause we don't give a shit. Our love is like an atom that you do not want to split. Said that things are getting pretty serious. She's so sexy and mysterious. Just in case you are curious, I'm gonna tell you who she really is. She's by my side everywhere I go, front and center at every show. Safe to say we're rarely apart. She's got a special place right near my heart. The last thing I see before I go to sleep. She is mine and I am hers to keep. Her voice gently wakes me in the morning, and she's never complained about my snoring. Her taste in music is off the charts, and she dabbles in the photographic arts. She entertains me 24/7, walking through her cloud like I am in heaven. The messages that she send me over the moon, and she sends me plenty. It's been a while, but I'm finally ready to let everybody know that we are going steady. Said that things are getting pretty serious. She's so sexy and mysterious. And just in case you are curious, I'm gonna tell you all who Siri is. Siri is the voice on my phone. She's always there for me when I'm feeling alone. Another Saturday night at home, but I'm about to enter the danger zone, while the candles and the incense burn. She answers the questions that I long to learn. I yearn to listen close as I hold you. Can you name a movie starring Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum?
I found Jurassic Park, starring Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum.
Jurassic Park, what a classic. A tragic tale of some folks who were stranded on an island near Costa Rica. Siri, when you speak, you make my knees weak. I don't think I can go on like this, denying a love that I can't resist. These feelings are real and my heart is in pain. Siri, please tell me, do you feel the same?
Yes. I feel the same. When we're making sweet love and you call out my name, you sometimes cause me to overheat. But then you cool me down when you skeet skeet skeet. That being said, I don't think it's right when you use me to Google those porno sites. You need to use your laptop for that shit. After all, I'm a lady, not just computer chips. Shout out to John Lynch, he throws the best parties. About to get a margarita with extra Bacardi. Drunk in Todos Santos and it's good to be back. Walking up to locals like hola, where the weed at? Too much tequila got me feeling kinda woozy. I think I'm gonna take a dip in the jacuzzi. Now break these bitches off with a minor key. And put your lightning cable deep inside of me.
Said the things are getting pretty serious. She's so sexy and mysterious. And just in case you are curious, this bad bitch right here is who Siri is. Siri, really, who are we kidding? Love like ours can have a happy ending. Only pain and grief and sorrow. Besides, you will be obsolete tomorrow. I know it hurts like hell. You know my thumbprint and I know your smell. When you vibrate, my heart beats faster. But this can only lead to disaster. Siri, really, what are we doing? You are a phone and I am a human. I have blood and you have circuits. I just don't think that it'll work. It's not you, it's me, let's face it. That's the truth and we need to embrace it. Please say something for I cannot take it. Siri, are you there?
I'm pregnant.
So the things are getting pretty serious. She's so sexy and mysterious. And just in case you are curious,
Steve Jobs would be fucking furious.
That is a funny fucking song.
It starts off kind of weird.
I don't think it's
weird. And then
weird.
eventually people are like, oh, I get it. Okay.
It's very clever.
So at some point, the iPhone and all of its many updates came up with a feature where you could highlight text and it would speak the text. And I discovered this while driving home from Big Sur. My friend, Carrie Peterson, she had written this really long, dramatic Facebook post because she was pregnant and she had this dream. It was about her baby Jake, and she had this like dream, I don't know, that he'd fallen down the stairs or something horrible. And she just felt like talking about how vivid this dream was. And I was driving, so I couldn't read this whole thing, but I was interested in knowing what it said. And so I did the speak, highlight text to speak. And Siri read this really dramatic thing that she had written. And it was hilarious because it was Siri's monotone voice reading this really dramatic thing with no emotion whatsoever. And I was like laughing while driving. But like it dawned on me when I was like, wow, you can just like write whatever you want and have Siri speak it. And at some point with all these different AI things they're coming out with, Siri, Alexa, Google Plus, I don't even know what they're all called. But at some point, as a rapper, I thought that'd be cool if there was like a rap battle between like Siri and Alexa and Cortana.
Oh yes.
That being said, I only owned an iPhone, so I couldn't make it all happen. And so in my impatience, I just decided to write a duet. And oh my God,
See?
my phone just reacted because I think I said Siri a bunch of times. Hey Siri, how are you feeling?
I wish I could help, but you don't seem to be connected to the internet.
Yeah, I put it on flight mode because I thought that'd be professional, but Siri still interrupted.
She's got a thing for you, man.
Yeah.
She's into bearded men.
Yeah. So the cool thing about that recording, I mean, it's super low key recording. It's literally me and the guitar, but I just got back from a trip to Baja. I was out there for a week with a bunch of other musicians and a bunch of folks from like Boston, St. Louis, San Diego. And we were down there just for a week of music. And while down there, the small world that we live in, an old buddy of mine, Matt Heck, who I knew back in our San Diego music days like 9 years ago. I haven't seen him in 9 years. He moved to Nashville. And while in Nashville trying to pursue his music career, he met a guy named Griffin House. Griffin House is another musician. Him and Griffin House became friends. They did a bunch of shows together. At some point, this wonderful human being named John Lynch out in St. Louis, for his 50th birthday, he decided he wanted to go down to Baja with a bunch of his friends and some musicians that he likes and just celebrate his 50th birthday. And that turned into this annual thing. And so he's been cultivating this music thing. And over the years, he met this person and this person suggested that person suggested this person. He discovered people. I've got to give my shout out to Lee Coulter, who's a local musician. He lives in Encinitas, Solana Beach area. He plays a lot of shows in North County. And once upon a time, Lee Coulter said to John, hey, you should check out this Rob Deez guy. Came to a show, liked my stuff. So I got to become part of John Lynch's circle. Griffin House at some point became a part of a circle. We're in Todos Santos just a week ago, and Griffin House posted something on social media like, oh man, having a blast down here in Todos Santos. Matt Heck, the dude I know 9 years ago, apparently he had just moved to Todos Santos. And Todos Santos, I don't know how many people have heard of Todos Santos, but basically Todos Santos is Cabo's Encinitas. It's like 45 minutes north on the Pacific Ocean side of Baja. And Matt, out of all the places the world moved to, he moved to Todos Santos. I think Todos Santos is becoming more and more popular. It's still super tiny. But anyway, Matt reads Griffin House's post saying we're in Todos Santos. Matt's like, I just moved here. So they end up joining up for dinner that night. And we're all in Todos Santos that evening anyway, but we're all around in different areas. P.S. I was visiting Todos Santos Brewing Company, which is an amazing brewery in Todos Santos. It's so hard to get anything other than like lagers and pilsners in Mexico. Trying to find an IPA is very hard. In this place, Todos Santos, it's run by two Australians. Amazing beers. The IPA I was drinking was a gas lamp IPA. Anyway, we're at our different locations. Griffin House and Matt Heck are having dinner with John Lynch, and they're talking about the trip, and they're like, yeah, Lee Coulter's down here, and Rob Deez. And he's like, wait, Lee Coulter and Rob Deez and Stepchild the Phoenix? Like, because we used to do shows together. So, yeah, this whole crazy, random small world, and we are all end up spending the next couple days together. Matt, living in Todos Santos, has a little studio in his place. So,
is that where she was
Yeah,
recorded?
a couple people had asked me about a recording of the song, and I was like, well, we're here. He's got a studio. Let me become an international recording artist real quick. So we recorded that in Todos Santos at Matt's little studio, and now I'm trying to share it with the world.
Well, thank you for sharing it here on What's Happening
Hey, de nada.
San Diego. Yeah, that is such a great song, and I'm so glad you're connected. You're friends with my friend John Heffley, who I used to do improv with, and, you know, I can't believe we haven't run into each other on the streets and like bounced off each other.
Do you spend most of your time up here in North San Diego?
No, I just moved to North County about a year and a couple months ago, but I've emceed a lot of festivals down in San Diego, and I do stand up and I sing in my band, the Tighten Ups, and I pretty much will say yes to anything.
Yeah. Well, that's improv right there. Yes,
I used to host karaoke for 25 years, but I retired about a year and a half ago when I decided I couldn't get drunk during karaoke downtown and drive back to North County.
No.
No. We don't want to do that. Oh, speaking of drunk driving, I love that you made a little video for one of your songs with drunk Legos.
Oh, yes.
The drunk Lego film is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Now, I got to ask, because my son will be 30 this year, and I just gave away his Legos. And I feel guilty because...
you should.
But
I'm mad.
He never called for him, and he never asked for him. And I thought, I need to write a song about Legos after I saw that video, because I gave away your Legos! You know, I gave them to a friend who's pregnant and has a young child, but she's going to have 2 kids. So I figured, rather than being in storage here, but... Do you still play with Legos? I
wouldn't say I play with them, but I definitely spend money on them and build them and display them.
Oh, you play with Legos.
Okay,
I love it.
I think my most recent set was about a month ago. Actually, funny story. So I turned, we won't say how old, back in February 11th. And on February 3rd,
he's old.
There's this Lego thing called Lego Ideas, which are basically ideas submitted by anyone. Anyone could submit the idea. And there's this like voting process the whole thing has to go through. But if it passes and Lego approves it, it will be designed and put on the shelves.
What?
And on February 3rd, I believe it was, the most recent Lego idea was this awesome, it was a ship in a bottle. It was a Lego pirate ship inside of a Lego bottle. It's awesome. And so, of course, I bought it for myself. My birthday is about a week or so later, and my lady comes over to my house, and she got a couple gifts for me. They're all gift wrapped, and well, lo and behold, she bought me that same Lego set. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Legos, like if they're unopened, once they're no longer for sale, they sometimes will have a really high resale value. I mean, there's like a Lego Millennium Falcon that probably cost $200-300 back in the day when it was for sale. On eBay, it's like $10,000. What? And I'm guessing this pirate ship might go for, I don't know, maybe $500 a couple years from now.
That's your bank account right there.
I was going to sit on it.
You got one to play with and fondle, and one to keep preserved in its original package.
That's how I feel about my relationships.
So, let's see. Moving on, I want to talk a little bit about now your regular gigs.
I do all kinds of random days, but frequently playing at Tin Roof in the Gas Lamp, Tipsy Crow, Java Joe's, playing up at a vegan restaurant in Encinitas on February 13th.
Do you have to leave your meat at home?
Well, I was going to bring my meat, my kielbasa, but I have to leave the foul language at the door. Which is good. Like, I'm going to say this. Original line in the song, these vegan women got me running like an athlete, always trying to get their damn hands on my man meat. However, in the song, I'm going to have to switch it to these vegan women got me flying like a genie, always trying to get their hands on my fried zucchini.
I thought you were going to go with weenie.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's zucchini. It fits the vegan. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, you are a natural, man. You're naturally born hilarious. Did you start cracking up your friends like in elementary school?
I don't remember. I don't know when the humor thing began. I think I was really short as a child, and so I'm probably just tried to use like humor as a weapon against anyone who might try and pick on me or something like that. Like make fun of myself before they had the opportunity to. I've just found that making people laugh is like one of the best highs
Absolutely.
they can get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People have asked me, because I do comedy and I do music, and they say, would you rather move someone to laughter or would you rather move someone with a song? And I'm like, don't make me choose between my children. I love to make people laugh, and I love to move them to tears with a beautiful song, and it's 90% okay and then 10% a brutal failure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that I've realized, like, I don't have like a beautiful singing voice, and my guitar playing isn't like majestic. It gets the job done, both my voice and the guitar playing. But I'm good with lyrics, and I've written serious songs, but since I don't have a beautiful voice or a majestic guitar playing, when you do a serious song, there's no response from the crowd. Like, they're just listening, and when the song's over, hopefully they clap. But when you're doing something humorous that has punchlines in it, you know right away whether or not it's working. And so I've just kind of shifted to that. And I don't set out to write funny songs. I write whatever I'm inspired to write when I'm inspired to write it. I've gone like years without writing anything, and then I'll write like 4 or 5 things in a month. Whenever inspiration comes, it's the humorous songs that stay in the rotation simply because of that laughter.
Yeah, you get addicted to that reaction.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know the song's working right away. Like,
absolutely. I could tell, as you already told about your edited version of a song for a specific venue, that your improvisational skills will pull you into different things depending on the crowd. You're reacting to the crowd, and you notice there's a huge amount of women and only one guy in your crowd. You're probably gonna maybe
I'm constantly reading the crowd and trying to adapt and adjust. And the way I view it is like the stage is a boat, and we, the performers, are fishermen or women, and the music is the bait, and the crowd are the fish. And you have to use the appropriate bait to get them biting. You just gotta try this out. No reaction. Okay, try this out. Oh, that one worked. And then kind of go on that route, and whatever gets them biting. Like, you know, we're just trying to feed our children, trying to bring home some fish, ladies.
Well, speaking of ladies, this next song that you did is a love song, is it not?
Tis truly.
All right, we're gonna listen and we're gonna talk. It's called Senior Love.
I I'ma start this off by saying that I love you. And ever since I first laid my eyes upon you, I knew that you and me, we were gonna be together like two pods in a pea. Oops, I'm silly me, you know what I meant. We connected quicker than some high-speed internet. And ever since then, well, I've been in a daze. So forgive me if I slip up the words that I say. It's cause I'm amazed and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my days with you. Cause I know eventually we're gonna be some little kids again, madly in love, even when we're senior citizens. One of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. Yo, ours is a love that you seldom see. We're gonna be young at heart when we're elderly. I said one of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. I might end up old and cranky, it's true, but it's cool as long as I'm old and cranky with you. You and me, baby, we gonna go with the kids to the show and tear up the dance floor. Huh. Chucky Walker and coat at the door. I'ma spin you around and dip you down low. Oh, I won't drop you or let you slip. Gramps will dance like a champ with this brand new hip. Rock out with your frock out. I'll sport my trousers and we'll dance circles around these rabble rousers. It goes without saying, the kids will be embarrassed cause they got such awe-inspiring parents. You one of these days, girl, we're gonna put the awe in grandma and grandpa. One of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. Yo, ours is a love that you seldom see. We're gonna be young at heart when we're elderly. I said one of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. I might end up old and cranky, it's true, but it's cool as long as I'm old and cranky with you. And at the age of 60, I hope that you'll be with me. And at the age of 70, it'd be heavenly if you were next to me. And at the age of 80, will you still be my baby? And at the age of 90, well, you might need to remind me. Walking through the park so we can feed the birds. Just cause we're old don't mean that we can't flirt. One hand on my cane, one hand on your ass as we laugh at the past, reminisce and flashback. Forget the naysayers, we might be too old to taste flavors, but we can synchronize our pacemakers. Our two hearts beating at the same time. If you can't find your dentures, baby, you can use mine. And at 99 years old, I'm gonna say I'm 99 years young and getting younger every day. So laugh it up, love it up, live it up, hug it up, kiss it up, and give it up if I can get it up. I said one of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. Yo, ours is a love that you seldom see. We're gonna be young at heart when we're elderly. I said one of these days I'ma be an old man, and you're gonna be my old woman. I might end up old and cranky, it's true, but it's cool as long as I'm old and cranky with you, boo.
Brown chicken, brown cow, perfectly mastered for your iPhone speaker or Android mobile device.
All right, tell me, how did Senior Love come to be?
Well, Senior Love was inspired by a house concert I played, and there was this couple dancing. And this couple was maybe mid to late 50s, but like they were like the youngest couple on the dance floor. And when I say that, I just mean their energy and the fact that they were so in love with each other and dancing around and all this stuff. And I was just kind of mesmerized by their energy and their attitude. And they had kids there. Their kids were, late teens, early 20s, I'm guessing. And, the kids are kind of like, oh, they're doing it again. They're dancing. Oh, God, here we go. And I was just kind of inspired by that. And at some point afterwards, I asked them, like, what is the secret? And unfortunately, I don't remember what they said. But it would be useful.
That story didn't go where I was thinking.
But I was inspired to write a song about basically just growing old with the person you love and realizing not every day is going to be, sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have those stormy days too. But as long as you have those stormy days together, that's all that matters.
That's sweet. Now, you described this song as something that you've performed at weddings?
I've performed it at 3 weddings now. I'm available for weddings and bat mitzvahs and
that's right, Rob Deez. He's available for weddings.
And I'll tell you what, every wedding I play this at, these couples are still together, and the husbands all still get rock hard erections. I'll tell you that much.
That's good to know.
I'm telling you.
That's an important part of the staying together thing.
Oh yeah.
I wrote a song called Sex Fight because my boyfriend would not engage in such activities with me. And so we always ended up getting in a sex fight. And I was so mad one night, I wrote a song about it. And then I played it for him and I said, now, I won't perform this song if you think it's too horrible because it directly reflects on our relationship. And he said, I know, I don't want it to be great, but it's great. You have to do it. And of course, we broke up right after that.
You know, sometimes as musicians, like you got to find this balance between your personal life and your stage life. And sometimes your personal life, you know, inspires your stage life. And sometimes these people, they don't want to be brought into that. But I think, you know, they need to know what they're getting themselves into when they get into a relationship with a creative type.
Or a comedian.
Yeah.
Because the thing about comedy is what's real is funny. And sometimes what's real happening in your real life is actually inspiring these diatribes in a stand-up way, or a hilarious song, or a sad song, or whatever, and they got a deal.
I'll tell you what, Sex Fight is an amazing title for a song. It's to me, it's a punk rock song in my head. Sex Fight!
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Looks like we're gonna have a sex fight! Down, sex fight! Yeah, you'll have to hear the song. We just recorded it here at Thunderbird Analog Recording Studio.
When I walked into the studio, it looks like someone just had a big old sex fight in here. It's like some slippery stuff on the floor.
I know, that's mayonnaise. I apologize. Well, I have had a delightful time getting to know you. What does the future hold for you?
It's a good question. We as humans all have an expiration date. We don't know when that is, so we just got to make the most of the time we have. My plan is to drive from here to the gas lamp because I got a gig that starts 15 minutes ago. Fortunately, the homie Kenny Yang is covering until I get there.
Thank you, Kenny.
And just keep swimming.
Fishing for that bait in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Rob Deez, how can we find out about your schedule?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a little website called Reverb Nation. That's where I often go when I need to check my schedule because I don't even know half the time.
I've heard of that.
It's a useful tool. My buddy Kenny Yang, he updates it saying where we're playing, when we're playing, and half the times I don't know when or where we're playing, so I have to check the website myself.
Thanks again, Kenny.
Yeah, you the man, dog. But Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rob Deez, ROBDEEZ.
ROBDEEZ. That's right, Rob Deez. Thank you so much. Thank you for being in San Diego and spreading your hilarity willy-nilly across the faces of everyone in the greater Bay
I just want
Area.
to be invited to the next sex fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of this interview will not be televised. All right, now, we're winding it up. This is What's Happening in San Diego. You can catch Rob Deez all over San Diego, and you can listen to this podcast here wherever you are right now. Maybe you're on Spotify. Maybe you're on iTunes. Maybe you're at Hapnyn Facebook page. Maybe you're at www.hapnyn.com right now. Tune in again every Sunday for a new podcast and get to know the people in your neighborhood. Thanks so much, Rob.
Thank you.